What's poppin', everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody been out there grinding, getting it in. But I wanted to get on here, man. I wanted to make a quick video and to inform you guys something. Now, what I'm about to say, this is an opinion. It's not facts, but it could be a fact. And I just want to tell you this. You are not the boss. Period, point blank. I see a lot of my peers, a lot of people on social media got entrepreneur in the bio. I see them make many different statuses talking about going out there, starting their own business. They want to be their own boss. But in reality is you are not the boss, and you never will be the boss. First, let's break down the definition. In the business world, there are three different workers, so to speak. You got independent contractors, you got entrepreneurs, and you got small business owners. Those are the people who essentially work for themselves, who are essentially their own bosses. And basically the definition, independent contractor, people such as myself, who are basically just self-employed. We receive a 1099 tax form at the end of the year. We can work on our own schedule. But at the end of the day, we still working for somebody else. We just contracted under somebody else, another company or organization, and they just pay us for the work that we do. It's just that simple, and they provide us with that 1099 at the end of the year. We self-employed. They call it independent contractors. Another version of self-employed workers are those who just started their own business. They may have an LLC or they may have a DBA license, and they just may be getting started in the business world, but it's only them that is working that business. They don't have any employees. It's just them. At the end of the day, they still have to get a 1099. So basically, combined independent contractor, self-employed. Basically, let's just put that under the self-employed bracket. That's me. That's what I do. Small business owners are those who have a small business and may got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100, 500 employees. Well, maybe not 500. 500 may put you in the corporation category. I'm not necessarily sure. Don't get me up here lying. But small business owners are those who have employees in their business. They don't have to, they don't have to do the work all by themselves like they would be doing as a self-employed worker. But this time they got people working under them, and they pay those people. They are their employees. So that qualifies them as small business owners. Nothing more, nothing less. Entrepreneurs, for those who be putting that in your bio, entrepreneur is somebody who starts and grows a business to where it becomes so big to the point it doesn't need them there anymore. They grow the business so large that they can sell it or just pass it on to somebody else while receiving money on the back end. That's an entrepreneur, somebody who starts and grows a business and move on to do something else. Period, point blank. So those are the three different types, of fields in the business world, so to speak. Now, like I told y'all at the beginning of this video, this is an opinion. You can take how you want to take it. But I just sat back today while I was working, and I just came to this conclusion. You'll never be your own boss. It doesn't matter which route you take. It doesn't matter if you're a 9-to-5 worker or if you're an independent contractor, entrepreneur, or small business owner. Because at the end of the day, There's only two owners: customers and investors. Period, point blank. Let's use my industry, the logistics industry, for an example. And this can apply to anybody if you're an independent courier like myself, or if you're a truck driver, owner, operator, or you own a small fleet. This right here can apply to you. You are not the boss because many times those of us in the logistics industry, we work off of load boards, or you may be like myself, you may work off an app. That's where you get your work from. You get your work from shippers. For an example, me, majority of my day is spent delivering paint for Sherman-Williams. That's one of my biggest customers that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Sherman-Williams, the paint store. During the time I'm delivering loads to Sherman-Williams, they are also who I work for during that time. They pay me. They provide me with the paperwork. They write the checks. They pay me. Unless you control 150% of the supply chain, you're not the boss. If you don't have your own manufacturing facility, if you don't act as your own shipper, if you don't have your own warehouse, if you don't have your own equipment, if you don't have your own employees working in there, you don't have your own drivers, if you don't supply the whole entire supply chain, how can you be the boss? Forgive me if I said change, got that tongue twister, but how can you be the boss? The customer is always the boss. It doesn't matter which industry you in, trucking, independent courier, even if you got a clothing line, the customer is the boss. Because they writing that check, they putting that money in your pocket at the end of the day. Because if you can't provide them with what they want, you're not getting paid. And you simply won't have a business. You're not the boss. Let's get to the second person. The investors. My man Dame Dash got a famous saying: if you don't put up the money, you are not the boss. Period, point blank. You're not the boss. The bank can own everything you got. You're not the boss because they fronted the money. You owe them. The investors, you know them Shark Tank guys? They could put $100,000 into your business asking for a 10%. At the end of the day, you work for them. So those are the two types of owners. Those are the two real owners. Customers and investors. That's who the real boss is. So I'm just saying this because, man, I just been analyzing, studying, realizing the space that I'm in. I've been doing a lot of research. I went to business school, but we got to break this misconception, man, on who the boss really is. Everybody's so infatuated with this entrepreneurship lifestyle. Everybody's so infatuated with having a business. At the end of the day, man, it's all a myth, bro, because you never really working for yourself. You always gonna be working for somebody else, and that's the customer and investor. And if you don't have an investor, you're still gonna be working for the customer. Period, point blank. That's who you're gonna be working for, man. So keep that in mind before you get on social media flexing, talking about you got your own business or whatnot. You an entrepreneur. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody else, man, at the end of the day. Because it is what it is. Your ultimate goal should be to get to that investor mark. And investors, those where your money works for you. That's the ultimate goal, for you to get to that point. So keep that in mind. Really think on that. Keep on grinding. One.